It's time for some Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we got some good ones for you today. Halapoulivaati Vaitai, he redid his contract for the Lions to save some money, as well as Jared Goff. Is he the future quarterback for the Detroit Lions? Dan Campbell has some words about that. Ryan Wilson from CBS Sports did a mock draft, has the Detroit Lions trading out of the number 2 pick, and they had a discussion about being the number 2 pick is the most valuable pick and tradable, so we're going to talk all about that. But if you would like to know what it's like to be inside the Braising Bowl, and if you want to know what that is a metal container that is like a bowl where a person gets placed inside it, the door is locked, and they light a fire underneath the bowl to make sure it's boiling hot in the middle of it. Then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because this is where we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and sometimes you can get fried. Also, take that like button, throw it inside the Braising Bowl, light that fire up, and get that thing cooking. Let's begin with today's Lions rumors.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Hey, Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and the YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Halapoulivaati Vaitai decide to redo his contract. Well, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell helped him out there. Why? Because the Detroit Lions were cap-strapped with only $600,000 remaining with 2 games. So redid his contract just a little bit, gave him a bonus of a little over $1 million. What does that mean for him going forward? Well, not really anything. It doesn't do a whole lot to his contract regarding changing it when you do dead cap. So if you're thinking about Halapoulivaati Vaitai potentially being an individual the Lions could cut to save some cap money, it doesn't really affect anything, not like last year when they redid Jared Goff's contract, where it did affect the 2022 season. So not much of an effect there. No big deal for Halapoulivaati Vaitai. In this time, when it comes to NFL teams, generally they're strapped, and you may need to sign a couple players because of, if you look at our team right now, a lot of injuries, a lot of COVID issues. Sometimes you got to get players in there, and you got to pull people out. So they just want to make some extra cap space. No big deal. What do you guys think? Do you think Halapoulivaati Vaitai will be back next year as the right guard for the Detroit Lions? Why for yes and for no? Let's talk about a CBS conversation that I just watched. Very interesting. Now, we do mock drafts on here quite a bit, and we talk about mocking the mock of where we look at professional mock drafts and what they have. But this one was a roundtable discussion about the value of the number 2 pick. And Ryan Wilson and members of the roundtable of CBS Sports believe that the number 2 pick is more valuable than the number 1 pick. Why is that? Because they believe that there's 2 players in the draft that are worthy of the first pick. Obviously, Aiden Hutchinson and Kayvon Thibodeau. And with the first pick in the draft, the team can pick any of these players. But when you get to the number 2 pick, there's only one guy left, whether it be Hutchinson or Thibodeau, and a team like the New York Giants, who covet a pass rusher, would love to get that player. It'd be easier to trade up to number 2 than number 1. And so that's exactly what Ryan Wilson did. Had the Detroit Lions trading out of the number 2 pick, going to number 5, and they received 3 second-round picks and Kyle Hamilton. I think this would be a fantastic move by the Detroit Lions, and I must concur that I think the number 2 pick may be more valuable than number 1 pick because of how this draft is odd. There's not a number 1 guy that's the guy. That's can't miss prospect. There's generally there's 2 players that are like that. So when one goes out of the first pick, there's only 1 guy left, making that pick very valuable. And if the Detroit Lions wanted the option to fill out this roster in this mock draft, you get the best safety in the NFL, and you get 3 second-round picks to really build this roster. Let me know in the comment section, do you think that the number 2 pick is the most valuable pick in this year's draft and very tradable? If the Lions have it, would you make that trade? Let's talk about Jared Goff really quick. And there was questions asked to Dan Campbell. Is Jared Goff the future Lions quarterback? Now, if we looked at the beginning, the first 9 games of Detroit, you'd say absolutely not. 220 out of 333, 2,109 yards, 6.33 yards average, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a passer rating of 84. Pretty subpar. But if you look in the last 4 games, it's a different story. 91 of 131, 898, 6.85, 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions with 105.1 passer rating. Why is that? I do believe it's the emergence of Josh Reynolds, giving him more of a player he trusts. Let's go into what Dan Campbell stated. When he was on 97 Won the Ticket, the host says, "Are you starting to feel that Goff can be the long-term quarterback for you in Detroit?" Campbell said, "Yeah, man. I don't see why not. Look, he's playing pretty good ball. Shoot, he was coming off his best performance of the season. Then, unfortunately, he had COVID and he kind of had the knee injury. So he had to sit last week. But yeah, there's no reason why. I feel like we're starting to find a rhythm here, and we're all starting to mesh collectively from a coaching staff to the players as well. Just maximizing everything so we have over here. I just feel like we're really improving. I feel like we're finding identity. So yeah, I don't see why not. Look, he puts in the work. You can get what's asked for improvements from him. So I like where he's at and going right now. Let's get those likes up, folks. I got a little bet going on with Harrison Graham that I could get more likes than him on this video compared to his Chicago Bears video. Hey, 2 guys going at it. NFC North. Let's show them that the one pride is real. Smash that like button. Do I believe that Dan Campbell really means that Jared Goff could be the future quarterback for the Detroit Lions? I do believe he does mean what he's saying. I don't think he's BSing here. I think he really does because the improvement of Jared Goff. Plus, also, you got to understand that Jared Goff is going to be here next year due to his contract. So what I think the Lions are going to do is they're going to give him as much weapons as possible this offseason. Again, probably re-sign Josh Reynolds, probably sign a wide receiver in free agency and draft one, and maybe get a number 2 tight end in the draft as well. Give him that weapons so he can maximize his abilities on the field because we did trade for Jared Goff. So we need to give him the opportunity to show that he can have the job. And he has improved in the last 4 games. Still, for the Detroit Lions fan base to believe that he's the guy, he's got to go next year and prove it. He's got to get better and better and continue to win football games because in Detroit, you can have great stats. We've seen it before with our former quarterback, but you need to be able to win games, win, and bring this team back to relevancy. So if Jared Goff can do that next year, we'll see going forward. Still, I still believe, personally, in my personal opinion, the Detroit Lions do not have the future quarterback on their roster, but hopefully I'm proven wrong, and they should draft one at some point, whether it be next year or getting a guy to develop this year, maybe in the later rounds. I still don't think the Detroit Lions going to draft a quarterback fairly high because the last 4 games, but hey, that's my personal opinion. What do you guys think? Do you think that Jared Goff is the future quarterback for the Detroit Lions? Let me know in the comment section. Why for yes and for no. Now, Jared Goff is back from the COVID list. He was put on last week, missed a game. So that's good news for the Detroit Lions versus the Seattle Seahawks. But bad news, Josh Reynolds got placed on the list as well. So we'll see if he can actually come back because, again, when it comes to Jared Goff, his numbers got better when Reynolds was on the field. So if you take Reynolds off, that's going to hurt his numbers. And we're going to Seattle. It's going to be a tough game. But will Jared Goff, without Josh Reynolds, do well? That's going to be very interesting. I think he would struggle just a little bit because I feel that the weapons will have a hard time getting open because with Reynolds on the field, it opens it up for everybody else, such as Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond. That's what happens. So we'll see. Hopefully Reynolds can play so we don't have to know this. And also, Craig Reynolds, how is he going to affect the game? Is the Detroit Lions going to put a lot of focus on him on this game in Seattle on Sunday? We're going to find out. We'll see how this plays out for our football team. Let me know in the comment section, though. Do you think the Detroit Lions can win the football game since Jared Goff is back in the lineup and not Tim Boyle? Let me know with your score predictions. You guys need to check out this awesome app. It's called Lions Nation Unite. Go to lionsnationunite.com. Download the app. It's made by Herman Moore. Absolutely fantastic. I'm on there. I'm dropping content on there every single day. You download the app, find me on there, MicroMike. Hey, there's a lot of content creators on there as well. You can do giveaways. You can win some cool stuff. Hang out with other Lions fans. Do pictures. Do meetups. It's absolutely amazing. Twitter, Facebook of the Detroit Lions. Go check it out. Follow them on Twitter, Lions Nation U, and subscribe to the channel, Lions Nation Unite on YouTube. In the upcoming videos, I got a video dropping tomorrow about free agency. Get ready for that. Took a little bit of time. We're going to go through every free agent the Detroit Lions have. Will they be a Detroit Lion going forward? We'll get into that. On Thursday, we do got the One Pride podcast on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to be a fun show. If you got questions, come in. Put hashtag Lions, hashtag Panthers, whatever favorite team you are. We're going to get your questions answered. And, hey, you'll be featured on my video on Saturday. That's the mailbag video. And on Sunday, Detroit Lions versus Seattle Seahawks live watch party on my channel. Let's get at it.